All right, Lenora, this is the most important part. This is creating swatches. This is creating the new look of the swatch. I'll show you one that I created that's pretty cool here. Let's go to this particular one here. I used it as a test run. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and I'll show you where you have your different patterns. And you can go here and it shows you in a bigger color. These are the different patterns that this dress comes in. And if I click on it, it'll let you know if there's an extra large available. Whatever one that you click on, it'll let you know what available sizes are and they can choose it. So I'm going to show you how to create these here. It's going to be pretty easy. Just kind of rewind it and fast forward it if you need to do it so that you can get a gist of how to really do that. But it's fairly easy. So basically, of course, let's start off with doing the attributes, okay? You only got to do the attributes one time. You will log on to your administrator, not your administrative site, but your manager site, because I put everything on your manager site now. And under products, you have attributes. Okay. Now, just know attributes is a one-time setting. It's like setting up, the ballpark for the very first time. You just need to set it up one good time, and you can run from it after that. I created two different attributes. One is called patterns and colors. That has all of your patterns and all of your colors, and one is your available sizes. So if you go into pattern and colors, and this is attributes, let's go inside and edit it real quick. I'm gonna go kind of slow with this, but you can always rewind it and fast forward it to the areas. Okay, so right now these are all of the different ones that we have. Black, blue, burgundy, whatever. Let's say, for instance, I want to create another pattern. I want to call this pattern name. I want to call it. This is going to be a sterling pattern, right? This is sterling, and I'm going to just give it a slug name. As sterling doesn't matter. That just doesn't mean anything. Just shows the website or the computer where to go and I don't have to put a description in. Then it's asking me, do I want to upload the image? So those are the images that we have right here. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to upload an image. And that's going to be where you've already uploaded your images, or you're going to go to you're going to go to where you already have your swatches. So you should have already uploaded a bunch of your swatches already, if you haven't already. And that's even your color swatches and all of that. Like as you can see, I created two different swatches, your pattern fabrics. So these are all of your uploaded fabrics, and these are all of your basic colors. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you uploaded a fabric already. I'm going to go ahead and choose one right now. I'm going to choose this one right here. Okay. And I'm going to say use image. As you can see, this is the image that I'm using. Okay. What you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to go down where it says image size, leave it at thumbnails. The next one, it says show tooltips. Okay, so tooltips mean that when you were hovering over it, it'll pop up the color. It'll pop up a tooltip, meaning that it'll get a bigger screen to show up. So that's what the tooltip is. So all you're going to do is repeat it. You're going to do it twice. You're going to go ahead and say, instead of text, because it's not a text, it's going to be an image, and then you're going to repeat it. You're going to find that same picture again, and you're going to use the same exact picture. So you're going to be doing it twice. Each one will have the same exact picture. So let's go back into my swatches and my patterns, and I believe I chose. I chose this particular one. Let's say use image. So you got two of them the same, and then I'm going to say add new pattern. Okay. So what it's going to do is it's going to put the pattern on this side over here in a few minutes. It should have done that. Let's see, did it do it? Look like it's still trying to put it over there. It might be a little bit slow because I'm recording at the same time, so things are just running a little bit slow here. I'm sure if I refresh my screen, it's probably going to be there. All right, give me 1 second here. Okay, yep, there you go. Sterling, and that's the name of it. So that's how you do it. And you can always go back in and edit too. Like if you need to edit any of these that you already have, you can edit it. These are, I just did the same exact thing. Like if I even go into black, you're going to notice that if I go in there, it's going to be the same setup, the way that I just showed it to you, where you're going to just make sure you match with the same colors. It'll be same thing, image, image. Although this looks like this is a blue and this one is a black, so this one should be black too. Let's change that real quick here. That was a blue one, so let's go into basic fabric colors because those are just your plain colors, and you have black. So we'll use that as black. Yep, and then I'll just say update. And again, you can fast forward it if you need to do it. I'm just kind of going a little bit slow with you on that. But your attributes are very important that you get those together first. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my attributes. And basically what you're going to be doing is just basically your attributes are only your patterns, colors, and your sizes. So those are the only two that you should be looking at. Your available sizes, if I go in here and I click available sizes, I can add more sizes if I want to, but I'm pretty sure we have all of the sizes that we need. But that's just in case you want to go in and understand that you're just adding all of them. Even though your products may not have every one of these names, like you may not even want new or whatever. This is one I believe you put in that you want a different way of saying it. But you can add as many attributes as you want. Doesn't necessarily mean that each one is going to have that. Okay. So once you're happy with your attributes, now we can go into our products and we can start adding attributes like we did here. And I'll show you how I created that this particular page right here. Okay. So we're gonna start from scratch. We're gonna do a new product. Okay. So I'm gonna go into products. And we're going to do a brand new product. We're going to act like we're adding an attribute, and it's going to come in different color sizes and all that other good stuff. Okay, this is the one that I just showed you with the test one, but we're going to just do a brand new one. So I'm going to say add new. And you can go in and edit any of the other ones that you have as well if you want to do it. You can always go back in and add those attributes to it if it's going to have different colors or all of that. So let's say, for instance, we're already happy that we got the attributes, and I'm going to call this, we're going to create a dress, okay? So I'm going to call this, let's call this dress 2. And the first field here is always your long description. So that's always going to show the long description on your page, okay? So just understand this is your long description, and this one is your short description. This is the one that's up there by the price. This is where you would put in your short description, and again, this is where your, this is your short description, and your long description is down here. It goes in this box here. Okay, so that's what just remember how that's kind of set up there. Okay, so this is your short description. Short description. Okay, and this is your long description. Okay. All right, so next what you're going to want to do is, if you're going to be doing variables, if you're going to just be doing a simple product and there is no variables, you can leave the product data as simple product. And you can just add a regular price to it, or whatever. You can choose inventory, how many you have and all of that good stuff. But if you're going to be adding attributes and variables, you're going to always go down. You're going to use this drop-down box and you're going to choose veritable products. That means that you're going to be changing up on how things are going to look. Okay? And don't forget, make sure your attributes are already taken care of first. And make sure you also have all of your images and stuff ready. So that once you come over to the product side, you're ready to just start uploading. You don't have to keep going back through all of that stuff. So I got my variable page. The only things, too, that you're going to be using is attributes and variations. The first one you're going to do is your attributes. And you need to let them know what attributes are you using. Out of all of the attributes that you had, where it says custom product attributes, we're going to use the drop down and we want to add some color attributes. We're going to say add. So you see I used the drop down. I didn't say custom product attributes. They're already here. So I said pattern, color, and I'm going to say add. Now it's going out there and it's grabbing my attributes. It says values. If I just click in here, now it's showing me all of the attributes that I have. So I'm going to choose for this particular this new dress that I have. We have an attribute of, let's say, burgundy. I'm going to try maybe blue. Then I'll probably do maybe a hunter green, and then maybe I'll do a pink. So I say it comes in all of those, right? And it's very important that you say select all of them. You don't have to do what I just did, where you're just clicking and going to each one. Select all, we'll just put them all there. Okay. Next thing that's important is that you must click on use for variations. That means that it's gonna have different price lines for each one based off of what you put here. So you always want to choose use for variations, and it's a save attribute. Okay. The next attribute we want to bring in, because we have now the patterns, and if we need to make changes, I want you to see that. You notice that there's no line here, right? There's no drop down. If you move your mouse over and you got more options, see, you can always go back to it. So always know that if you move your mouse over anything, it'll give you more options, and that's very important so that you'll see later on why it's so important. Because sometimes you got to change your attributes, or you may want to do something different inside of there. I'm also going to bring in another attribute, and what that's going to be called is, I'm not clicking on custom product out, available size attributes now. Click on add. So now these are all my sizes here that this particular dress is going to come in. So I'm going to say this dress comes in a large, maybe an extra large, maybe a medium. Yeah, that's about it. And don't forget, use for variations. Save contributions or attributes. Save those. So now I have both of these, and I can always go back in and change it if I need to. See? Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to go into variations. Okay. So now we're going to say, now that I have all of my attributes in, now I want to start combining these variations, right? So where it says add variations, you have a choice. Create variations from all attributes. What that means is it will calculate that it needs to create multiple variations for all that stuff we did, those attributes. It can create a lot of them. So it can say for burgundy, it can create extra large, large, medium, or whatever. Instead of doing one by one, it knows that you put in, with your attributes, it knows that you have extra large, large, whatever. You can have it systematically create any variation of attributes that could possibly be for that setup. But in this particular example, I'm just going to just go ahead and just choose. I'm just going to choose to do one at a time. So where it says add variations, I'm just going to say add variations, and I'm going to say go. Okay. So now I'm going to say for my first variation, I'm going to say that because we chose blue, burgundy, hunter, these are the only four that I chose in there. I'm going to say for blue, it's going to come in a large. Okay. And then you see it's a drop down here. I can use that drop down and I can start saying, start adding stuff to it because it created that now. Now I can say manage stock because you want it to manage your stock for you, right? That just means it allows you to, it'll remember how many you sold and it'll notify you that you only have one left or something like that. So I like for everything to manage my stock for me. So I'm going to say manage stock. And then you're going to get the price for this. So what is for this blue, for this dress that comes in blue large, what is the price? Well, we're going to say that the price is $20 for blue large. And stock images, how many do you have in stock of this blue large? Well, we have 20 of them in stock. Okay. Low stock threshold. Do you want to be notified when there's only one dress left or two dresses left? Well, I want to know that after I only have two dresses left to notify me. So I put two. Okay. So you notice it said manage stock, where the system automatically manages your stock. The price of it is $20. I have 20 in quantity. Make sure that these are right because it will not show up on the front end if there is no price or if this goes down to zero. It automatically takes it away so people can't purchase it. Low stock is 2. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just click on Save Changes. Okay. So as you can see, I scrolled up, and I'm going to just kind of close this box out a little bit here. Close this one out. Yep, close that one out. And that was the first variation. You see the first one that we did? Now we can do another variation. Add variation, I'm going to say go. Because now I want to do another one. And this one is going to be a blue one. And I'm going to say this is a blue one, and it comes in extra large. Okay? And then don't forget, once you do that, it will now let you use the drop down, and you have to do the same thing. Say manage stock, and how many do you have in that color? In extra large, how many do you have? Well, I only have this price here is going to be $25, but I only have 4 of these in stock, and I want to be notified once I'm down to 1. So you do the same thing, and you just click on Save Changes. All right, so now what I can do is there go my 2 variations, and don't forget you can always go back. See, you can always use this down box to see the different ones. And I can keep on going on and on and on, and because I have more variations, right? So I can keep going on. I can say go, and I can do another variation. This time, the variation is a different color. It's probably now hunter green, and I can do extra large, large, and same thing. But remember, I told you that there was a way that you can just bring them all in under those variations. I'm going to show you something. Let's remove these here that we've already done. Let's just go ahead and remove these. Okay. Remove this one as well. Let's remove this one. Let's remove that one. And let's remove this last one. Now you see how it can be tedious that you have to keep on doing each one of those as far as blue with large, medium, whatever. So as you can see, we did add variation, we did one by one. But if we want, we could have just did create variations from all attributes. So that means that it's going to calculate, and it's going to, watch this, it's going to find all variations that it can do. So it's going to put the extra larges in. It's going to, see it says 12 variations added. So it found a way to take all of your attributes and create variations for it. So watch what's going to happen. See, now it has blue large, blue extra large, blue medium, burgundy, because it knew not to put any other sizes in because you never put that as an attribute. But it knows how to go out there and, do it for you. Say, okay, it comes in all of these different sizes, variations. And then again, you still have to go in, and you're still going to have to go in and put the prices for each one, each of the variations that you have. And don't forget, if you want, if you need to do anything, you can always delete it. You can always remove it or anything like that. There's also other ways that you can do it. You can delete all variations. You can, it's a lot of other ways that you can create your variations, but based off of what, this is the easiest way to do it for you. Okay, so just, again, you can remove everything, but don't forget, just make sure that you go in and you change the pricing on all of your variations. And once you've done that, you just go over on the right hand side, and it's very important that you choose your product category. So your product category, you have to tell it where it needs to go. So is it an accessory? Is it jewelry? Is it, if you want it in your design closet, you would click on design closet. So let's go back and look at the one that I've already done. I'm going to leave this page here, and we're going to go back into the one that I've done already. So let's go back in here. Let's go to this test one here. Okay, let's go back in here, and you see that I added it to, let's see, we don't want it to accessories favorites. But I added it to the design closet, and I also added it as a dress, so it's gonna fall under the dress section. And if you want it to fall into on the carousel in the front, the favorites, anytime you are creating anything and you want it to show right on the front page, which is your favorite page here. Let's go into your home. Let's go back into your favorites. You know, your favorites are your carousel, the carousel at the very front. Those are your this right here. That's your favorites, and you also have a favorites for your accessories as well. So if you want it to fall in any one of those and show, make sure you select that. Shop the look favorites. That means it'll show on the front page. If you take that off, it's only going to show in dresses. If you want it to show in accessories favorites, you would click on accessories favorites. So don't forget, this is where it will tell you exactly, it'll place it exactly where you check the box off at. Okay. So I wanted to show up in the shop the look favorites, which is on the front page. I also wanted to show up in dresses and under design closet. If I can also get it to show up in salon wear if I wanted to. You know, you can always go back and edit it if you want to. This is the image, and this is where I uploaded the additional gallery pictures. And then when you click on update, that's how it actually went in and did the attributes and put everything in right here. Put in all of your good stuff here in there. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. I think you still remember how to upload products and all of that kind of stuff. So that should get you started on everything. But don't forget, you can always come back and edit it, because don't forget, I'm still in one that I've done before, and I can go in and go to my attributes. I can add more attributes, or I can go back into my variations and I can change the variations or add more variations one by one, or I can go in and say create variations from all attributes. Okay, but be careful when you do the create variation for all attributes, because it's going to put, if you got 20 of them, you know, it's going to try to give you 20 of them, and you have to delete each one if you don't want all of them. So, you know, it's really up to you of how you want to do it, and I would just suggest you just kind of go in and play with it a little bit. So hopefully this kind of helped you out on how to do that and create, you know, your attributes and going on the back end and creating your products as well.